shit, man! Get the fuck down! It's damn shit! They follow me. You go the other way. I'm gonna try to make the corner. One of us will make it. Listen to me. You get out of here. You try to make it back to the room. Wish me luck, brother.
Seem to be anything serious. Just a bit passed out.
Anyone been able to ID the guy?
No, nothing yet, officer. We're gonna get it cleaned up.
Yo, man, I'm not going to the show. Yeah, I think it was about 4. Yeah, I'll be right back. The regular. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Help you? I gotta go.
Okay, Paul, I need you in here now.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah, what do we got?
32-year-old cop, multi-gunshot, definitely right chest and leg.
Okay, vitals in the field.
Stable.
Type of weapon.
Ask him. He shot him. Multi-shots also. There was a crack pipe in his pocket.
Okay, let's get lines pressures from Fluorovac here, please. I need 2 teams. Simon, this is your guy. Martin, Christina over here. Come on, guys, I need you out of here right now. Do us a favor, okay? You two, Father, you're much too early, as ever. Let's get them stable and get them upstairs. Jody,
Yeah.
call the ORs. I want 2 rooms in about 3 minutes.
All right. You got that?
Hi there, how you doing? My name's Dr. Luthen. I'm the doctor in charge here, okay? You've been shot, but you're doing fine. Do you mind if I take a look at your wound? All right, let's take a little look. It's not so bad. You do me a favor? You take a deep breath when I say now,
Hi,
okay?
it's Jody and Trauma.
You ready?
Listen, we've got 2
Now?
patients down here with
Another one?
multi-gunshots. We need 2 ORs immediately.
Okay, deep breath.
Yeah, all right, hold on.
Okay, great. I got no breath sounds on the right side. Let's get him a chest tube, and let's get Ray's here stat. Call her stat.
Got a name? Talk to me.
Yeah, Simon, how we doing?
I got a shot in the neck, I got a shot in the arm, I got the blood.
All right, you've also got the wild look in your eye. Let's relax, okay? Same goes for everyone, including you, sir. What, you've been doing crack?
What the fuck are you?
Hey, you've been doing heroin? I need to know if I'm gonna help you, okay? I'm gonna look at your arm. Let's get a combine and pressure on that. Jody, how are we doing upstairs?
Nothing yet.
No, of course not. Stupid of me.
One room up, OR3 standing by.
Okay, that is no good. I've got to have 2 rooms. Explain to them. 2 patients need 2 rooms.
Oh, fucking Sammy! You fucking Sammy!
Okay, but you did shoot him first, didn't you? Hey, calm down. Come on, help us out here. We're just gonna get a urine sample. We in?
We're in.
Okay, good. Joel, how are we doing? Do we have x-rays?
Nothing yet.
Where's Paula?
Don't know.
Paula! Gentlemen, please. Thank you.
Hey, Doc, you remember me, right?
Paula.
How's my guy?
Well, obviously he's been shot, so he's, excuse me. Thank you.
He's got a family.
Right, good. Point taken. Thank you very much.
This is his wife.
husband's gonna be okay. He'll be fine, okay?
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Listen, Doc, the other guy, go easy on the painkillers, will you?
Okay, x-rays are good. Let's get them both upstairs right now.
Wait, I can't shake another room.
Well, they just got to open one, that's all. Okay,
No,
stand
no,
elevator.
they just did. That's it. They're full. So what's the move?
Simon?
We got an expanding hematoma guy. Pressure's dropping.
Joel?
Well, BP's stable, but we already lost a leader through the chest tube.
Okay, take the cop. Whole team goes with him. This team stays with me.
Here, Daniel, you're gonna need this.
Jody, tell him he's coming up. I need
right
a basic
now.
tray set up, I need sterile gloves, I need to get him intubated, and I need some light on this subject. Yeah? Hello?
Hey, Doc. I just wanted to thank you, huh? You did a great thing for my guy there. We all appreciate it.
Oh, listen.
Hey, thanks so
No,
much.
not you.
He's
Yeah.
one hell of a doctor, I'm telling you, huh?
Oh, she knows. She knows. Yeah. Good. Thank you very much, then. Thank you. Tara, can you get Mrs. Gomez up to the pulmonary unit for me? Thanks. Excuse me.
Yeah, you need anything, give me a call, all right?
Yeah, will do.
I owe you one, Doc.
Sure.
Anytime, okay? Name Stone is in Sharon.
Jody? Listen, they only gave me one room.
Yes, I know that, but you knew that the other guy was in much worse shape.
They're both gonna make it.
Yes, but you didn't know that.
Yeah, I did.
Look, you made a moral choice, guy, not a medical one. I guess it just, I'm surprised, that's all.
All right, hang on, just wait. Look, this is New York, you know? Gunshot wounds are not entirely unfamiliar territory to me. And my opinion was that they were both stable. I wanted 2 ORs, I didn't get them. I had to make a choice. On my right, I see a cop with his wife in the corridor and pictures of his kids in his wallet. And on my left, some guy who's taken out a gun on a city bus. I had 10 seconds to make a choice. I had to make it. I hope I made the right one. I hope I did the right thing. I think I did. Oh, shit. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm just...
It's okay. It's okay. You may well be right. I appreciate it. I will, of course, resign first thing in the morning.
Okay. That's fair. Good night.
Look, Jody, are you doing second shift tomorrow?
Yeah, why?
Well, it's just I have to get these intern evaluation things done. I'm supposed to get a nurse's input, and I was just wondering if maybe I could get yours.
Mine.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, you know, your critical faculties seem quite sharp.
Look, I'm sorry I got upset. This week has just been bad.
I know it's been bad. In fact, you're too busy. It's ridiculous.
No. I'll do it. It's fine. I'll do it.
Thanks. Great. Oh, Bobby, please go away. Look, listen, I've got 16 patients out there. I gave you a prescription for pain meds yesterday, didn't I?
I lost it. I got mugged.
You know, well, how many times you get mugged a week?
Oh, come on, Doc. I need some damn medication.
No, you don't. You need to take the vitamins I gave you. You should try and get some exercise occasionally.
Well, I'm sorry, Doc, but my membership to the tennis club just expired. What you expect me to do? Dips on the turnstile in the
All right,
subway
all
or
right,
something?
All right, listen, you're not sick, so I can't give you a prescription. You know that. Okay, give us a break.
Okay, sure. I can respect that.
Appreciate it.
Guy, I need a consult. Urgent.
Excuse me, Doc. Are you an American? Can I talk to you? Yo, bro. Where was your ass at when I got mugged the other night, huh?
They picked him up, passed out on 3rd Avenue. Off the bus, he looked okay. They left him like 10 minutes.
Hi there. Jeez, it's really hot. What's this stuff?
It's what he came in.
Do we have a name for him?
He won't talk.
You tell me your name, sir?
I come back, we start working him up. He's looking very sour.
We only left him 10 minutes.
Hey, can you tell me your name, sir?
Hands, please!
Get him in the back room. Get him in the next room. Tar, oxygen. Joel, give me 10 of that. Hey, you're gonna have to calm down for me, sir. You're gonna have to calm down for me. Simon, how's my EKG? I need some numbers.
Any second.
Okay.
Valium's in.
Good. Hold the oxygen. We're getting him. Hi. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, it's very important you... All right. Okay, Foley, how's my Foley?
We're already in.
All right, good. Let's get a tox on that and let's get labs. I want an ABG, I want a VDRL, I want a CBC, I want a... All right, just get a whole bunch of serology tubes. We're going to work out what we want in a minute.
Tara, can you run the bloods?
Yep.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yeah?
On this wrist here.
All right, so we've got a hospital wristband. Hold him! Hold him! No name, no hospital. Terrific. Anyone see one of these? Silver?
Pressure's 90 over palp and dropping.
Right. Where's it going, Joel?
He could be septic. I don't know. Here's something. Look at this.
Okay, so he's post-op. We've got recent surgical scarring, fresh tracks, possible IV, possible intravenous, drug user. Simon, how's it going?
Okay, 180, 60, 120.
Fix the machine, for Christ's sake! Okay, here's what I want. I want an AK. Here's
70
what I
over
want.
palp, guy.
What? Jesus, okay. Turn up the fluids. Dopamine, run it 500 now. Simon.
240, 120. It's not the equipment. I'm getting good tracings here.
Christ. Okay, Tara, get the samples out to the lab now. I'm not going to wait for transport.
The test you wanted, should I...
I don't care, just get everything, okay? Go!
Now it's going up, 180 over 100.
180? Okay, back off on the... Don't do that! Back off on the fluids, cut the dopamine. We overshot here.
No, the dopamine's not even in yet.
Huh? Come on, guys, help me. Theories, theories. What's happening here?
I don't know, guy.
We're stabilizing. I'm getting a normal sinus rhythm.
120 over 80.
Did we do anything?
And it's holding. 80 and steady.
Think it's viral?
I hope not. Could be. Maybe there's a virologist hiding here somewhere. Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
My name, Claude Minkins.
Okay, good. Listen to me, Claude. Hey, listen. You're in Gramercy Hospital.
I've been here before.
All right. You know what, Claude? You came in with a hospital band on your wrist. Can you tell me where you're being treated? You taking any drugs? What medicine did they give you, Claude?
You know, Tri-Phase. Whatever they put in you.
Uh-huh. And what is Tri-Phase, Claude? What is that? Is that something they gave you in the hospital where you were? Claude? Tell Izzy I need a psych consult down here. Stat, then call the pharmacy. Find out what Tri-Phase is. Do you have epilepsy, Claude? Hey, come on, stay with me. Do you have epilepsy? Diabetes? Asthma? Come on, I'm trying to help you out here, but you're gonna have to answer my questions, okay? Who gave you this Tri-Phase, Claude?
Teddy Dawson. He saved my life, the two of us.
Yeah,
Teddy
okay, but
Dawson,
I need to...
You go to the room.
Okay.
You ask Teddy Dawson, he can tell you.
Sure.
You go to the room.
But listen, I do that. I'll go to the room, I will talk to Teddy Dawson, but just at this moment... Hey, hey.
Help me. Please.
Yeah. Okay.
He's talking.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, Claude, listen, I'm gonna help you. I just don't want to give you something to make you worse. Hey, hey, steady, steady, steady!
Hold him down!
Hands! All right. Valium, hit him with another 20, go. Tara.
They're on the line.
Jason, have you got him?
Got him here. Got it.
Yeah, this is Luther. I've got a patient who says he's on something called triphase. Did you ever hear of it? No, triphase with a T. T. Well, is there someone else who might have heard of it? Could it be a street name or something like that?
Guy! Guy! Okay, start CPR. Get the crash cart. Jerry, I need a milligram of epinephrine now!
What did you put on the death certificate?
Unknown.
Next of kin?
No, we don't have anything.
So we'll let the medical examiner worry about it.
Jeff, did you ever hear of something called triphase?
No, what is it?
It's this thing he said.
Why won't this new system accept my security code?
Listen, I know I'm not supposed to say this kind of thing, but I just have the feeling that I could have screwed up here somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't be saying it.
Just maybe we should have someone look it over.
Why?
Because I have never seen anything like this in my life. You know, maybe we should be checking it's not something new.
I mean, what's new? He's homeless, he's cold, he's stoned on God knows what. He dies.
No, it's more than that. You had to see it, Jeff.
I've been here 800 years, Guy. Believe me. I've seen it. Now, you look like shit, my friend. Get some rest. And by the way, I heard about the NYU thing. Congratulations.
Hi, Guy. It's me. Ringing to congratulate you, you bastard. What do I have to do now to catch up? I'd like some of my money back, please. Give me a ring. We're all very excited. Dad keeps reading the local paper. Anyway, call me back. Oh, and can you tell me what neurology is? I don't know, and I've got people asking me about it. Don't know why. Anyway, give me a ring sometime, yeah? Oh, I'm back in London. Talk to you then. Soon. Bye.
Watching a rat running on a treadmill might not be everyone's idea of fun, but to one group of American and Swedish scientists, it's justification for breaking out the champagne.
Hey, we were watching that, hon. Do me a favor. Go get your grandpa.
After years of research under the most...
Okay, listen up, everyone. Listen up. Thank you. As the only braggart in this family, there's no way I'm letting you leave this house without hearing the telegram that just arrived. Stay where you are, Dad. It's from the White House. We were both so delighted to hear that you had been awarded the Wainwright Medal. To have worked so long, so brilliantly, and with so little regard for personal gain makes you a credit not only to neurological medicine, but also to your country. Many congratulations. P.S. Any chance of a contribution to my re-election campaign? I'm a little desperate.
The team's most significant announcement came in an article in a recent scientific journal.
You
When
heard
they were
about this
able to
stuff?
boast that 9 hours after the separation of the dorsal cortex, there was a significant, if temporary, recovery in voluntary mobility.
Extraordinary.
Scientists, however, remain cautious.
I'm sure the
According to
world's
them,
rat
the
population will be overjoyed.
probably be in its late teens before their methods could even begin to find
Where's those
any
darn
wider
cartoons, huh?
Hi. This is so nice of you.
Oh.
So I got you a buckler.
Thank you.
Hey, you want some coffee?
Sure.
Jimmy, can I have another coffee? Right. Thanks.
Jesus, how many have you got to do?
128.
How many have you done?
I've done 3.
When do they do? I think that Casmore is going to be a pretty good doctor.
Great. Exactly. That's exactly what I had. Thank you. Beringer.
I think he's going to be a shockingly bad doctor.
It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Coffee?
No, thanks.
No, you're absolutely right. He's lethal. Okay, I'm going to give him fair. I don't want to get any lower than that. And, Mitzara.
Oh, the nurses like him.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
Well, I don't know about good, but he's extremely sexy.
Right. Right, well, he was on good. Now, sadly, he's on unsatisfactory.
FBI? Agent Air? What can I do for you?
First of all, this has to be on the QT. That's something you can handle?
Sure, no problem.
You seen this gentleman around? His name is Teddy Dawson.
Jeez. I don't know. I mean, take a look. I could put the picture up, ask around, maybe see if anybody's seen him.
No. That could be very damaging. Mind if I look around?
Sure, whatever you say.
How do you know all this? I can't even put faces to half these names.
I don't know, I just talk to people, I suppose. Plus, I see their files.
You what?
Rostering. It's okay.
Hmm. So have you seen mine?
You just got your fellowship. In 2 months, you'll be at NYU and not talking to any of us, right?
Yeah, dead right on both counts. Anything else?
It says your dad's a doctor.
Right. Was, actually. He retired. Is that the same with your family? Are they medical?
Not really. Just a lot of hypochondriacs, but I guess that's not quite the same thing.
Right. So did the file say that my dad had his license revoked?
I'm sorry, I'm such an idiot.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'll put you out of your misery. Well, that is exactly what he did, in fact. For a very old friend in a lot of pain with terminal lymph cancer. So where do you stand on that one?
I don't know.
No. What do I? So, can I get you another baklava?
Oh, no, thank you.
I'm sorry. Maybe next time we could go somewhere with better food.
That would be anywhere in New York.
Yes, it would.
I should probably go, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, you go. I'll clear all this up. Thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you for the coffee.
Right, coffee, yeah.
See you there.
Yeah. Jimmy, can I get the check?
Sure.
Thanks. Sorry, hang on. Got it. There you go.
Orderly to admitting with wheels. Orderly to admitting with wheels.
Who the hell is Claude Minkins?
Ah, Gene. It's Was, I'm afraid. He died.
Tell me he had insurance.
No, that's not at all likely.
This is $2,600 worth of lab work.
Right. Can
I had 2 people tied up for 8 hours.
Well, you know, Gene, what you do in the privacy of your own home is really your business.
Okay, let's get it into your head. This is not England. This is not the National Royal Shakespeare taxpayer pick up the tab healthcare system, okay? Somebody has to pay for this shit.
Yeah. Sorry. He's got liver damage, but no hepatitis. He's HIV negative, but look at his T-cell count. Look at that. He's negative viral and bacterial, and his thyroid
What is
functions...
that?
I don't know. She probably just got a bill or something. I mean,
Does this help?
does this make any sense to you? Take a look at it.
Okay, look, if I tell you what I think, will you take the screamer?
Yeah.
Very sick dude, very funny labs. Catch you later.
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. I realize it is very late. I apologize. I was just wondering if you could just answer me one thing. Does your hospital use a kind of silver-colored bracelet? Okay, terrific. And you don't know anyone any hospital or anything that does use something like that? Thank you. I apologize again. Yeah, thank you very much.
Move, please. Lampkin, your razorback. Thanks, in a minute. Someone's gonna move Mrs. Gardner here. Guy, line 6.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Excuse me. Hello? Yeah, hi. Hi. Thanks very much for calling back. I'm looking for an autopsy report on a patient called Claude Minkin. It would be early hours of yesterday morning. Just looking for a cause of death. Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
ER resident on call. Turn to ER staff. Yeah, hang on just a second.
And that's it?
ER resident on call.
But that's all you have? Just pulmonary embolus? Well, no, it's just that he'd obviously been in hospital. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out as a symptom, but...
I'll get the gurney.
Yeah, well, you see, I have his lab report here, and to be frank with you, it's completely beyond belief.
We have a burn coming off the bus.
Hello. All right, well, no, listen, forget it. Forget it. No, really, thank you, I have to run. I understand. Thank you very much for calling back.
Did he bite?
One down, one to go. How we doing, Adelson?
We've been through, what, a dozen shelters?
14, plus the hospitals.
We're making runs through Grand Central twice a day.
Okay, keep pushing. I guess we're looking for a body by now, but,
No, he's still alive. He'll be needing medication. I'll make out a list.
Perhaps you're mistaken?
I don't really see how that's possible.
With whom did you speak?
I didn't get a name. Someone here, whoever very kindly called me back.
At 1 in the morning.
Yep.
Gave you a cause of death.
Right.
Which you didn't believe.
Well, it just didn't make much sense, that's all.
Yes, I can see that. I have no record of this man.
You know what, I think in fact you have. If you could maybe just take another look. It's Minkins, M-I-N-K-I-N-S. Pulmonary embolism.
I have no record of this man.
Sorry, who's actually in charge here, then?
That would be me. I've been here since midnight, and I made no such calls.
Okay, so, let me just get this straight. A, no one phoned me, so I suppose that was just my imagination running riot. And B, you have absolutely no record of a patient of mine that died 24 hours ago.
Your hospital's known for losing patients, living and dead.
What did you say? What did you say? You're quite a creepy person, aren't you? You see, before I was thinking you were just obstructive or inept, but now I'm beginning to think maybe you're much more sinister than that.
I think you better leave.
You lying about this for some reason?
Everything okay?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Here, I'm just off. You can pop your boss back in his drawer now.
Apparently you were threatening and abusive.
For God's sake, I mean, that's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I might have been mildly sarcastic, but under the circumstances, I'd say I was astonishingly restrained.
The doctor you spoke to needed protection from one of the orderlies.
That is just a lie. Who told you that?
The chief medical examiner.
I mean, listen, Jeff, this is starting to sound
Get me
really
the charts
weird. These guys
and
are-
go home.
Well, what about the body?
They never got it. They have no receipt on Claude Minkins.
Okay, well then who called me?
Look, who? Give me a name.
I told you, I didn't get a name, I was busy. So you don't think that this sounds a little strange?
A little strange? No, I think it sounds a lot strange.
Well, I'm telling you, I did not threaten or be abusive to anyone.
Well, then my apology was unnecessary.
Jeff, this whole thing has to be connected. You've seen the lab report. The guy had a metabolic meltdown. He had a total failure in every system. Did you ever see numbers like that before?
No, of course not. The report's a joke. All it proves is our lab is even more fucked than people say.
Then what about the wristband?
What about it? What about it?
Excuse me? Jeff, I'm not trying to be annoying. A man died on my table, and I don't have the faintest idea why.
Look, this is a repair shop, guy. We're not here to do research. I got 100,000 crises a year walking through that door, and I have a responsibility to every single one.
I've heard the repair shop speech.
All right, then. All right, let me put it to you this way. I'm your boss, and I'm telling you, drop this thing. Okay? Now go home and go to bed.
Guy?
Judith, hi, how are you?
I'm great. How's it going?
Good. Yeah, terrific, thanks.
You don't sound convinced.
No, well, obviously I'm horribly aware you've come to ask about the intern evaluations.
How behind are you?
As a matter of fact, I did do quite a few the other day.
How behind are you?
Criminally, yeah.
I could pretend I haven't seen you.
Judith, that would be incredibly kind. Thanks.
If you play for the residents.
Oh, no, please, not basketball. I don't even know the rules.
Well, explain them. It's for a great cause.
Where am I?
I'm your doctor, Mr. Randall. You're in the hospital.
Am I okay?
Well, we're just checking that out. So far, everything looks pretty good.
Where are my clothes? My stuff?
They're outside. They're safe.
I was in the park.
Well, it must be pretty confusing, huh? Matter of fact, we were wondering, is there anybody you'd like us to contact? Do you have any family?
Oh, my daughter, but...
When was the last time you saw her?
Oh, not since 1978, when her mother died.
Let's see. Anybody else you'd like us to get in touch with?
No, I'm pretty much on my own now. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, could you stand up for me, please? Forgive me for asking, but I need to just ask you a couple questions. What does, say, 6 times 4?
Excuse me, I was wondering, do you suppose I could get something to eat?
Absolutely. Why don't we do that right now?
Thanks. I'd appreciate it. Oh, it's 24, by the way. The answer to your question. I was a school teacher for 18 years.
Yep. Minkins Claude. He was here last year. He was an ER walk-in, fractured carpal. What's that? Ankle?
No, it's a wrist.
Let's see. Phone number 212-000-0000. That means he's homeless.
Okay, and next of kin?
No.
None. Thanks, Pat.
But he's got an outstanding balance of $981.
What, for X-ray?
Let's see. Radiology was $289, and then lab work. Yeah, his blood work was another $500.
So why the hell is he having blood work? I mean, he had a broken wrist.
I'll tell you. Oh, looks like it's been dumped.
Meaning?
Oh, it's a system. It sucks. See, there's nowhere near enough storage, so every month or so, they have to pull stuff down to make room.
Okay. And would there be a hard copy or whatever?
Well, you could try the records annex, but it'll take you like a million years to get clearance.
Yeah. Actually, I tell you what, can you do another one for me? Dolson, Teddy, please.
All right, I'll take Dolson. Dolson for you. Okay, Dolson Theodore. Undomiciled, conjunctivitis, no next of kin, another deadbeat. Outstanding balance, $645.80.
And this is for lab work too?
Yep, blood work.
For conjunctivitis?
Oh, yeah, I guess not. Let's see, details. Well, you sure know how to pick them. I mean, we have been bitching about this system since they put it in.
Let me get this absolutely straight. You're saying someone has deleted all this stuff out, right?
What? You mean on purpose?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm looking for the file on Minkins. He'd been here before. Someone tampered with his computer record.
Anyone see you come in?
Look, Jeff. You know, there are just so many things about all this which are just so odd.
Would you include your recent self in that list? You nailed a great fellowship guy. You're 2 months away. You're going all the places I could never get to. Anyone finds you in here, and you aren't going anywhere. So relax, okay? Oh, by the way, you're a mystery man. I call security. They're looking into it. Okay? Now, come on.
Telling you, man, I was fighting like a gladiator, fighting my ass off. This man didn't have a knife, he had a machete. What'd I say, 6 inches? 14 inches long. No lie, man, no lie. The motherfuckers took my scripts and all. Whoa, wait a minute, Doc. What kind of stitching you call that, man?
It's good, Bummy. It's fine.
Oh, bullshit, man. I'm homeless, not stupid. It looks like the bride of motherfucking Frankenstein. Tell him.
Those are terrible sutures. You're a terrible suturer.
See?
Okay, I'm gonna make you all happy. Jack, can you finish this up?
Sure.
All right. Good. And what's next?
Don't you have that very important reception at NYU?
Jesus Christ.
Yo, whoa, Doc, where you going? I'm in serious pain here. And this motherfucker's 12 years old.
So anyhow, my apologies again.
It's not a problem. You've met the rest of the team, right?
Yeah, I think so, at the interview.
Dr. Sharma?
Nice seeing you again, Doctor.
Yeah, very nice to see you.
Thank you.
Dr. Cohen?
Good to see you,
Hi,
Dr.
how are
Luther.
you?
Dr. Brzezinski?
Hello.
Welcome to neurology.
Thanks.
And do you know Professor Myrick?
Who has absolutely nothing to do with this program, who just happened to be in the building and who wanted to say hello.
Hello.
You took care of a neighbor's son the other day, a cab accident. They said you were terrific. Anyhow, I heard you were going to be here, and I just wanted to pass that on.
Well, thank you. It's a great honor.
So you're moving on?
That's right. Yeah, I start here in the summer.
Well, that's great. I just want to say, if you think the ER was tough, wait till Jim gets started with you. Right, Jim?
Dr. Marek.
Yes.
I probably shouldn't be doing this, but can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
Okay, basically, white male, 40s, elevated thyroid functions, enzyme toxicity just off the charts, convulsions, high fever, pulse, pressure, and vitals in total disarray.
And who are we talking about here?
It's just a patient of mine.
Well, you'd have to rule out meningitis. Did you do a spinal tap?
Oh, no, he died on us.
What about postmortem?
Well, believe it or not, we seem to have lost the body.
that never helps. Bottom line, without a tap, you'll never know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Thank you very much.
Sure. I guess I was a big help. So? He's not gonna drop it.
I'm headed out. See you later.
She's eating very well this morning.
Hey, how you doing?
You take care of your shift?
My partner's gonna cover for me. So what's this guy's name?
Luthen. Dr. Guy Luthen. You're okay on this, right?
It's not gonna go in my memoirs.
You can't handle this. You better tell me now.
Look, I'm in, okay? I'm in.
Nair, Zuring! Could you just raise your right hand and your left leg for me, please? You don't hear it? In a moment, Mr. Randall, and then we'll get you right back to bed. It's observation room B. I need help. Stab.
This tape was filmed 22 hours after the removal of a 4-micron spinal section at the 10th vertebra. Insertion of an electrical prosthetic
was followed by administration of IN-1 monoclonal antibody and so forth and so on. Patient number 12 regained 75% operational mobility. And 26 hours and 14 minutes after his operation, his condition is stable. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy. We're not there yet, but we are getting closer. Those of us who have been here from the beginning, Helen and Billy, and can remember patient number 1, know just how far we've come. So don't go wild, but all your work, all your suffering, all your sacrifices are certainly going to be worth it. And like I said, we're not there yet, but we certainly are going to be there. Thank you so much.
Literally hundreds of dollars worth of completely unnecessary lab work wiped off the computer. And very few people have access to that computer. Jeff's one of them, okay? So then I go to the records annex to take a look at it. Okay, I shouldn't be there in the first place. To look, see if there's a hard copy on the details of this lab work. And there's Jeff again. This time making pretty unsubtle threats about my future if I don't drop the whole thing. I'm just saying, what are we doing here? Because I've no idea what it is that they're trying to cover up, but maybe there's something we should be doing.
This isn't what Jeff told me.
You spoke to him about this?
You're pulling over 90 hours a week. I looked it up. It's too much. People burn out.
Judith, I'm not
I
overworked.
brought you over, Guy. I'm your biggest fan, and you know it. Jeff may not be a great boss, but he's solid, and I trust him.
Right, which is exactly what I would have said 3 days
When
ago.
you accuse him of conspiracy, you really do start to sound a little odd, Guy.
Yeah, well, okay, all right. There's no question I am very tired. That's for sure, but I promise you this. I'm not, cracking up or whatever you want to call it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get you a copy of the original lab work on Claude Minkins, because I seriously... Oh, shut the fuck up!
Hey!
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I apologize. I seriously think you should have a look at it.
The cops, they call you, yes? Huh?
Yeah, they still here?
This morning I hear something breaking. I call 911 right away.
Guy Luthen. You Dr. Luthen?
Yeah.
I'm Detective Manning. Sorry about this.
Fuck. So what, they just break the door down?
Looks that way, yeah. We called. We figured you worked at Gramercy.
Right.
The responding officers, they got here, the door was wide open.
So what, anyone see anything?
You mean a witness? No. You look a little punchy.
Yeah.
Anything missing?
I don't know.
Like I said, the door was open. It's legal for us to look around.
What do you mean? Well, you're talking about the hospital stuff? Listen, I've been at Gramercy for 2 years. Almost all of this stuff was being thrown out anyway.
You mean like the towels and shit, right?
Yeah.
Finders keepers, right?
Jeez, I thought you were going to arrest me for a moment there.
But what I am concerned about is the half-ounce of pharmaceutical cocaine we found.
What?
It was next to your bed. Do you share this apartment with anyone?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to place you under arrest.
Okay,
You
wait.
have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used
Wait,
against you
because
in a
something's
court of
going
law.
on here, okay? Something is
You
going
have
on
the
here.
right
I said
to
wait, listen, just wait for 2 seconds.
questioning. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you by the court of law.
Hold your head.
While investigating a burglary of the defendant's apartment, police discovered in plain view approximately 18 grams of pure cocaine. Oh, and the state also has charges pending concerning theft of property from the defendant's employer.
I don't do pending, Counselor. Talk to me about bail on the drugs.
We think there's a risk of flight, Your Honor. We're asking for $10,000 bond, and we'd like his passport.
Look, I can help you. I'm $125 an hour. It was a bad search. It was a first offense. For $1,500, I'm pretty sure we could plead this out, suspend the sentence. Hey, excuse me, where are you going? Hey, I'm trying to help you.
Hi, this is Guy. If you have a message, leave it after the beep. Thanks a lot.
Guy, it's Dad. I'm sorry to keep ringing. I just want to say 2 things. One, it turns out I actually knew your NYU chap, Kasiki, at the Royal Marsden back in the 50s. And 2, I was thinking perhaps I might fly over to buy you a congratulatory Tom Collins, or whatever the hell it is they drink over there. Possibly later this month? Well, let me know what you think, okay? Bye.
Pending the outcome of your criminal trial,
Gramercy Hospital will agree to suspend charges on the stolen property. As of this morning, you are relieved of all hospital duties and credentials. The contents of your call room will be forwarded to you. Your presence on hospital property without invitation will constitute trespass. Gramercy Hospital has notified immigration that we are prepared to revoke sponsorship of your work visa should criminal charges result in conviction.
Well, that was quick. All that in 24 hours. It's taken me longer to find a bed for a patient.
Well, we've learned it's best to move fast on these things. This is not the first time something like this has happened.
Is that right? Well, that might explain it a bit then, because obviously, you know, what I'm having trouble with here is trying to understand why it's so easy for all of you to believe that I just threw my life away. Which was, after all, going quite well. You know, why I suddenly just, out of the blue, took up drugs and threw it all away. It's very hard for me to grasp why that would be easier for you to believe than that someone in this hospital has deliberately set me up to stop me asking questions about a patient of mine whose body has disappeared into thin fucking air. But that probably just makes me sound druggy and paranoid, right?
Guy.
Okay, I'll be more specific. I think it's you, Jeff. I don't know what you're doing, but I hope it makes you very rich, or...
We found Claude Minkins. It was a clerical error. He was buried 4 days ago, Potter's Field.
Guy? Guy, please.
Sorry, Doc. Never heard of it.
I was thinking it could be some kind of men's shelter. Or a church or something like that. You never heard anyone talk about the room?
Rooms? They got rooms all over the place. They got rooms all over this city. Everybody got a room but us, right?
Okay. Thanks.
You're talking about the worms, right?
No, the room.
I know. Yeah, I know. Down with the worm people.
The room, I think it's some kind of shelter.
Ain't no shelter. It's their home. That underground shit. The worms. Track rats. Mole people.
Sorry, I don't understand.
The room. There's all kinds of places like that. People living underground. Whole bunches of them. All over the city.
You mean you know it?
I don't like it dark like that. I like the park.
Right. But you know where it is?
I told you, I don't go down. You gotta be a mole.
And you gotta know the way.
Wait a minute, where can I find one of these moles?
I know a half mole. The guy we turn the cans over to. I see him all the time. That's how I know all about this.
All right, can I meet this guy?
Oh, slow down, Doc. We gotta work something out here.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You know, man.
Oh, yeah, sure. How much do you want, boss?
Come on, I don't want your money. Come on, me and you are friends, man. What do you take me for?
sorry.
Just a couple of scripts is all we need.
No way. No way, Bobby. I'm not going to do that. Forget
Doc, are you sure? I mean, this surely smells important.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
What are you doing?
I came around to see you. I saw you getting on the bus. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask you a favor.
Look, Guy, I'm sorry. We all are. The whole thing, we're all in shock. I don't know what to say. I thought you were a great doctor. I just don't know why you needed drugs.
Someone planted that cocaine in my apartment, Jody. Someone took the cocaine from the hospital, put it in my apartment, and staged a break-in to attract the police. That's what happened.
What are you talking about?
I need someone to check the staff logs. September the 11th, October the 9th, last fall. It's all written down here. I need to know who was on duty in the ER when Minkins and Dolson were seen.
What are you doing? Why? Why?
Because someone who worked these shifts has destroyed my life. I'm fucked, Jody. It doesn't matter what happens to me in court now. I will not practice medicine again. Not here, not in England, nowhere. Ever.
Why me?
Because you have access to the 4th floor. Here, look, I've put my number on there. Please? Think about it. Althea Dolson? Althea, right, I beg your pardon. Thank you. My name's Harbash. I'm a doctor at Gramercy Hospital, do you know? Right, well, I was wondering if you could help me. We're actually trying to locate anyone who might know Theodore Dolson. Yeah. You don't. All right, well, thank you very much anyway. Uh-huh. What kind of pain is that? Right, so that's a sort of high fever and a sore throat. Well, you know what? That would be very hard for me to say. You'd probably have to have a culture taken. Yeah. Could you hang on for me, please? I'm sorry, I've got a call coming in. Could you just... Thank you, sorry. Hello?
It's happy hour, Doc. We have found Mr. Half Mole. Yeah, right. Well, you got our finder's fee, and Mr. Half Mole here says he knows about these rooms, and it's a $100 tour. You got 15 minutes to meet us.
Okay, fine. Where?
Grand Central Information Booth. And Doc, don't forget, no script, no trip. My man.
Okay, here we go. I could take him out right now. Listen, he's got a line on Dolson. Come on, man, he's gonna take us right to him.
Shit! It's one way. Damn it. Go! Go! Pull around the block. Go! Go! Now watch it! Fuck him. Go! Go! Around here. Go! Oh, shit! Son of a... Why don't you move the goddamn fucking truck? What, are you fucking blind? Are you fucking blind? Move your fucking truck! God damn it! God damn it! I'll move the fucking thing for you.
Well, it's about time, man.
So where is he?
Doc.
Where is he, Bobby?
He's behind me, track 24. And Doc, You be careful, man. Watch your ass.
So, is it far? Excuse me. Is it far? Can you tell me how far it is, roughly?
Hey, pal, what's your hurry?
Look, man, that's the straight shit.
Dr. Luthen. Now, that's amazing, because I could have sworn I saw you in the park this morning talking to a Dr. Luthen.
Hello? You there? Are we in the room? It's down there. It's down there. Are we there? Well, look, I'm not going to pay you till I get there.
I don't go down there.
How do I know if you're telling me the truth?
You're still alive. To the bottom and through.
Hey, wait! Hey, wait!
Wait!
Fuck this whole...
Come on. Come on. Someone there? Hello? Someone there? Shit! Okay, look. Someone's there and you're listening. I'm looking for someone called Teddy Dolson. Jesus Christ! Ah!
Let him go. Who are you with? Who did you come with?
No one.
Who sent you?
No one. I'm looking for Teddy Dolson. Claude Minkins told me about this. Where is he? Where's Claude? Okay, Claude came into the hospital where I work. I'm a doctor. He was very sick. We did everything we could for him. I'm afraid he didn't make it.
So now you've come for Teddy?
Yeah, is he here?
Are you going to kill him too?
Oh, Jesus, no, listen to me. I'm not killing anyone. Listen.
Do you understand where you are? This is our home. We have rules. Do you think we're keeping ourselves healthy so you can kill us one by one?
Listen, I'm not killing anyone. I'm on your side, okay?
Bullshit!
I'm on your side.
They don't believe
You dead, motherfucker! Listen to me, for fuck's sake! I'm on my own! I am not killing anyone! I'm here because whoever did kill Claude has also fucked up my life. Do you understand? Is Teddy here? If Teddy is here and he's sick, you have to let me see him.
He's here.
Huh?
How long's it been like this?
4 days. They found him at the steam pipes. He was trying to make his way back here.
His fever, is it up and down?
Mm-hmm.
Pulse?
We stopped trying to count. What are they doing to all these people?
What do you mean, all these people? You mean Claude and Teddy?
And the others.
What others?
It's Gramercy, isn't it? That's where we all go.
Wait a minute. What others are you talking about?
He knows, and this motherfucker's in on it.
They're missing a runner from the condo. There's a guy from the train yards.
A woman came through last week looking for her son.
They take the strong ones. They take men. Why?
That's why they do the lab test.
Who's they?
That's why they do the lab tests. Someone's looking for healthy subjects.
Why us?
They think you won't be missed. So did he say anything? Did Teddy say anything? Who found him?
He never said nothing. He was just laying there, twitching and bleeding.
He's bleeding?
Yeah, his back is all fucked up. I thought someone knifed him.
Okay, I want to turn him over. Give me a hand here. Hold his head. On 3, 2, 3. Jesus Christ. They're playing with healthy spines. Someone's cutting. Okay, hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. What's wrong with him? I don't know. How far is it to the street? Why? Because he needs a hospital right now.
We've been taking care of him.
Listen to me. He is crashing. Do you understand? If we don't get him on an IV, he's gonna die.
Let's start by putting that body down and getting your hands out where I can see them. Put the stretcher down. I'm Special Agent Hare, Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is Detective Burke of the NYPD. Get your hands above your heads and come forward slowly.
Man, we got a sick man here. We're trying to get him to the hospital.
Maybe you didn't hear me.
I heard you. I heard you.
So what's the FBI doing down here?
We're working a kidnapping. Have you seen anyone back there?
Nah, man. We ain't see nobody down here, man. It's just us.
Look, this man is dying here. You've got a radio. Maybe you can call for help.
Radios don't work down here.
Come on, Doc. Move it. We don't have all day.
How'd you know I was a doctor? Shit, they're gonna kill us! They're gonna kill us!
No! Look. Oh, no. I ain't got no beef with you guys.
Talk to me, Frank.
Get going.
Look
On the way
man,
back.
Look, I'm homeless,
Keep
man.
your hands up. Move. Move! All right. And you stay right where you are.
I swear. Yo, if you want me out of here, man, you just say the word and I'm gone.
Okay, just take it easy. Frank. Frank!
Shit.
Bob.
Bob!
You son of a bitch.
Shit. He's getting away. Come on, let's go. Come on, Bob, get going. Move. No! Oh, God! God! Frank, you gotta help me! Oh, God! Frank! Come back! Get me out of here! Frank! Frank, what are you doing? Frank!
Dispatch, 29 to dispatch. We got a man on the line. He's armed.
Judith, it's Guy. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please pick up. Please pick up. I know it's late. Listen, I've been shot. You've got to help me. This whole thing, it's real, Judith. I've just left there are at least 3 men dead back there. I swear to you, it's huge, Judith. Please pick up this whole thing. They're taking people, they're hijacking them from the hospital and using them for some kind of research. I'm pretty sure that's what Triphase is. It's a kind of research program, and someone at Gramercy is working for them. Judith, listen, there's a cop called Stone. Just call him. He might believe me. Please, I have to talk to you.
Hey! Are you all right?
Guy?
Hey, you're bleeding! Hey!
Who is it?
It's Guy. Guy Luthen.
Do you know what time it is?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's 4 a.m. What do you want?
Listen, the staff logs. Did you,
What did you say?
Jody, please. This is really important.
Guy? Guy?
You have to be quiet. My brother's asleep. Oh my God, what happened?
I'm okay.
Oh my God, that's a gunshot.
Yeah, it's okay. It looks worse than it is.
You're walking around like this?
Yeah, I can't go home.
What happened to you?
It doesn't matter. I can prove this whole thing now, Jody.
Listen, listen. You're gonna come in and you're gonna be quiet, all right? This has to be looked at. Jesus. You're losing a lot of blood. Where did this happen?
No, it's okay. No one knows. Here, no one followed me.
Jody?
It's okay. Someone's here.
What's going on?
It's Dr. Luthen from work, from the hospital. It's okay.
What happened to him?
He was shot. Take your coat off.
The staff logs, they still there?
Yeah.
And?
We'll talk about that later. You're in shock. You need to sit down. Here, take your shirt off. And hold this there. Put pressure on it. And I'm gonna go get a first aid kit, all right? I'll be back.
So tell me about Triphase. Jody?
I didn't even take a lunch yesterday. I stopped for 5 minutes and there's 6 interns watching TV, eating popcorn.
And it's your ass been running all day long.
Tell me about it.
What do you know? You better get his doctor.
I'm on it.
He's coming around?
Yes.
You can go. Guy? Can you hear me? My name is Dr. Mingus. You're in the acute care ward at Riverside Hospital. You were found 5 days ago near the boat basin in Central Park. You'd been shot. You lost a great deal of blood.
You've been in a coma until today.
We didn't know who you were until this afternoon. We've contacted your family. Your brother is flying in tomorrow morning.
I need to talk to the police.
Sure, as soon as you're stabilized.
I can't move. Okay, the gunshot, as I said, you lost some blood, but we have other problems to look at right now.
I gotta move.
I have some tough news, Guy. You need to listen to me very carefully. Can you do that? You sustained a serious blow to your upper back. There was a severe cervical fracture of the 6th vertebra. Somehow, we're not quite sure, your spinal cord was cut. At the moment, you're paralyzed from the neck down. We did everything we could. I'm terribly sorry. Guy, listen to me. This is not the end of your life. Not by any means. I know it's hard to accept right now, but you will learn to do things that you wouldn't believe possible right now. You're going to have a different life, that's for sure, but it can still be a great life and a fulfilling life, believe me. Whenever you feel ready, I'd like you to meet with one of our counseling people. We have an amazing program here, Guy.
Please, leave me alone.
I'll look in on you later.
Dr. Luthen? Guy. It's Dr. Myrick. I came over as soon as I heard. Dr. Mingus was a student of mine. I've seen your chart. It's a terrible thing. I'd like to try to help.
If you want to help me, let me die.
It's a common request.
Please. 400 of potassium chloride in my IV.
What if there was hope?
No. There isn't.
What if there was hope? What would it be worth to be able to walk again, to be able to feed yourself, to go back to your old life, to be a doctor? What would you endure?
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you a question.
What do you think that would be worth? I can't live like this.
With proper care, you can live 20 years like this. What would you do? What would you risk to change that?
I have a C6 break in my cord.
What if I told you that there was a chance you could be healed? That there was a procedure that offered you a good chance that you might walk again? What would you do to make that happen?
Anything.
Anything. You'd better think about that.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait!
Dr. Marek? Dr. Marek!
You're not paralyzed. It's an epidural drip. I've turned it off. You're not at Riverside Hospital. This is Tri-Phase. You're not paralyzed. Listen to me. I don't know how you get out of here. You're on the 7th floor. There's a hallway just outside there. Oh, God. Wait. Listen to me. You have to get out of here.
But this is Tri-Phase.
Yes. Here you go. I found some clothes. I want you to put them on.
What are you saying?
I'm sorry. It's just the stitches from your gunshot. I can't stay. Oh, God, they're gonna be looking for me.
Wait. How can you be part of this?
For my brother. Because I was driving the car when he was hurt. Because I was drunk. I have to go. Just try to get downstairs. I'm sorry.
Dr. Luke?
How? You're still warm. You can't go far.
This is Helen in reception. What's going on?
Luthen's out of his room.
What?
I don't know where he is.
I'll take the east area.
Grab the other side.
Hey, Don, go to 1.
Yeah.
Stone still want that address, or are you going home?
Are you kidding? We're going home. He still wants it. Yeah.
Okay, can you hold 1 second?
What is this? The guy's a cokehead, for Christ's sake. I told you, save my guy. I owe him.
Okay. Triphase, 403 East 14th Street. Look for Biosyntex.
Got it.
God.
Guy, I know you can hear me. We know you're in the building. You've got to listen to me. You need to listen to me before it gets out of hand. Guy, you have to understand, we never wanted you involved. All the way along, we tried to get you to walk away. I'm not a murderer, Guy. I didn't know what to do with you. It was a terrible thing to put you through, but I had to do it. I had to make it real for you. You had to feel it to understand what it is we're trying to do. And it is real, Guy. The hope I offered you back in that room, it's real. I can grow nerves. I can grow nerves and I can control their patterns. 30 hours before he came to you, Claude Makins had his spine surgically severed at the fourth vertebrae. Teddy Dawson lived for 12 days. I can show you their charts. Complete neural regeneration. I can grow nerves. We just have to stop them overgrowing. We are that close. I needed human subjects. That's the awful truth. Growth factors only code to species. To do the work, you need human subjects. And most of them will die. These men, they're not victims. These men are heroes, Guy. Because of them, millions of people will walk again. You see them every night. They're lost or cold or stoned or worse. And they have nothing. No future. No family. Nothing. But here with us. Here they're performing miracles. I've spent time learning about you, Guy. You're a brilliant doctor. I'm understaffed. I need you. That's why you're here. That's why I put you through this. Let me show you what we're doing. Let me explain it to you. We need to talk, Guy. We need...
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
You need to see what it is we're doing.
There's a Detective Stone down here. He'd like very much to speak with someone in charge. Okay. Someone's coming down.
Great.
Lock these doors. She stays here. Frank, I don't want him leaving here alive. Find him, okay? Gentlemen, how do you do? I'm Dr. Myrick. How can I help you? this is Triphase. You've got the right place.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It took us, had a guy spend 4 hours trying to get a phone number on you. So, let me get this straight. Triphase is like a part of Biosyntex, right?
That's it, yes. Now, look, I'm right in the middle of a procedure upstairs. Could we,
You know Dr. Judith Grzinski?
From Gramercy Hospital, yes. Is she all right?
Yeah, she's fine. She got this nutty call from a guy named Luthan, Dr. Luthan, you know?
Is he a student?
No, he's in emergency. He's a Brit.
Did you check the scrub room?
Nothing.
Do it again. I'm going down.
Can I ask you something? What the hell do you do here?
Research, medical research. I'm a neurologist.
Is that right?
You're not talking about the doctor that was arrested for drugs, are you?
That's right.
I really do need to get upstairs. We're freezing samples. It's a very delicate procedure.
See, we got to get a statement.
Perhaps later. Could I call you or come by the precinct? You know, I'm going to be done here in about 45 minutes.
All right, we'll eat.
Perfect.
It's nerves, right?
Excuse me?
Neurology. It's a study of nerves.
Yes, nerves.
The door's locked.
No.
No.
I'm 68 years old. I don't have much time. 3 years with a rat to get to a dog. And after 5 years, if I'm lucky, maybe I can work on a chimp. We have to move faster than that. I'm doing medicine here no one's ever dreamed of. This is baseline neurochemistry, Guy.
You're killing people.
People die every day. For what? For nothing. Plane crash, train wreck. Bosnia. Pick your tragedy. Sniper in a restaurant. 15 dead. Story at 11. What do we do? What do you do? You change the channel. You move on to the next patient. You take care of the ones you think you can save. Good doctors do the correct thing. Great doctors have the guts to do the right thing. Your father had those guts. So do you. 2 patients on either side of the room. One a Gold Shield cop, the other a maniac that pulled a gun on a city bus. Who do you work on first? You knew, Guy. You knew. If you could cure cancer by killing one person, wouldn't you have to do that? Wouldn't that be the brave thing to do? One person and cancer's gone tomorrow. You thought you were paralyzed. What would you have done to be able to walk again? Anything. You said it yourself. Anything. You were like that for 24 hours. Helen hasn't walked for 12 years. I can cure her. And everyone like her. The door's open. You can go out there and put a stop to everything and it'll all be over. Or we can go upstairs and change medicine forever. It's your call, Guy.
Guy?
Maybe you're right. Those men upstairs, maybe there isn't much point to their lives. Maybe they are doing a great thing for the world. Maybe they are heroes. But they didn't choose to be. You chose for them. You didn't choose your wife or your granddaughter. You didn't ask for volunteers. You chose for them. And you can't do that because you're a doctor. And you took an oath. And you're not God. So I don't care. I don't care if you can do what you say you can. I don't care if you can find the cure for every disease on this planet. You tortured and murdered those men upstairs. And that makes you a disgrace to your profession. And I hope you go to jail for the rest of your life. I'm sorry.
Get some backup. Okay?
I didn't think it was possible, but your cafeteria is actually worse than ours.
I like it.
I'm sure you do. So, are you going to come and visit us soon, or are you too high and mighty now?
I think I'm too high and mighty, Jeff. No, I'll come soon. How is everyone?
Pretty good. Jody starts again in the fall.
Yeah, I heard that. That's great.
Yeah. She did okay.
So come visit us.
Don't forget who your real friends are.
The ones who fired me, right?
Well, you look pretty guilty, Guy.
You didn't look unfishy yourself, Jeff.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Take care, Guy. It was good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Jeff.
Next time I pick the restaurant.
Right.
Dr. Luthen?
Yeah. You're from Dr. Cohen's office, right?
My name's Myrick. Ruth Myrick.
Would you like to come inside?
No. Thank you. I have been trying to decide what to do about this ever since my husband's death. As far as I can tell, it's pretty much all the data from his research. I think you should have it. I believe there's hope in this package.
Why me?
I believe my husband was trying to do a good thing, but in the wrong way. Perhaps you could do it. Right way.